thanks for joining me. Today we have a full body workout. You're going to need a mat, some water, some dumbbells. I've got a couple of heavier options, 8s and 6s, and my 3s for the upper body. So make sure you've got a little section to hand, and we're going to get going with our warm up, and then we're going to work through our 8 exercises of today. Okay, let's take the arms overhead. We're just going to warm up that upper body quickly before we get going. Really important to get that body nice and warm. We're going to alternate the arms. Have a little soft bend in the knee. Tucking that tailbone under. We're going to bring the arms across the chest, out to the sides. Great, and then we're going to rotate the spine from one side to the other, allowing the hips to move through, warming up that back. Okay, take your hands onto your hips. We're just going to hinge at the hip, bending the knee a little bit. We're going to hinge over, warming up those hamstrings, just feeling that pull down the back of the legs. Hinging over, and then back up. And then we're going to come front facing into a lateral step. So lateral lunge across, touching the opposite toe, opening out those hips, opposite hand to opposite toe. Preparing you for today's movement. Okay, changing sides. Sitting into the glutes. Great stuff. One more. Okay, and then coming into a squat. So just feet hip width apart, hips out behind us, hands in front, sitting into the bottom, coming into that squat position, warming up those legs. Okay, right, we're going to start. I'm going to take 1 8-kilogram dumbbell. So if you've got one heavier option, now is your time to use it. We are going to set the clock so I don't get carried away with time. And we're going to come into a sumo squat, so feet a little wider than the hip width apart. We're coming down into that squat, up, and then pressing overhead, okay? So down, up, and press. Making sure your knees are in line with your toes as you squat. Pushing up through the heel, squeezing up with the glutes. Getting that dumbbell overhead. Great stuff. Pushing up through the heels. Keeping those knees nice and strong, in line with the toes. You've got one more. Great. Okay. Having a 15-second breather before we move into our lateral lunges. So for this, I'm going to keep the same dumbbell. I'm going to hold it here on my collarbone, and I'm going to step across to one side, sitting into the glutes. Okay? So we're coming across, keeping your knee of the opposite leg straight. So my right leg knee stays straight. Going across laterally, sitting into the glutes. Brilliant stuff. Pushing up through that heel. Okay, changing sides. A little bit late, we'll have to make up for that on our next round. Get carried away, well done. One more. Okay, excellent. Right, taking the other dumbbell, we're going to come onto the floor for a chest press. So, getting the weights to suit you, keeping your feet on the floor, we're going to push up over the chest. So So again, up for 2, out for 2. Just checking I'm in the flow. That's it. So opening out to the sides, pressing up above the chest. Brilliant stuff. Squeezing up. So working that chest, keeping your arms in sync with each other. We've got a couple more. And resting there. Good. Okay, I'm going to drop down to some 6 kilograms for our next exercise, which is a renegade row. So we're going to come onto the mat, into a plank position, feet apart at the back, and we're rowing up each side. If you find this too strong on your core, come down onto your knees and row up from your knees, like this. Bring that elbow up behind you. If you can go from a full plank into that full plank, rowing up, working that core, keeping those hips nice and still. So work with the option that works for your current strength the best. Squeezing up with the arm, elbow nice and high, hips nice and still. And resting there. Good work. Okay, I'm taking it down to the 3s now. Lighter here. We're going to go for a front raise. Okay, front raise to around the world. So, feet hip width apart. We're coming up, down, and then we're coming out to the sides and round. This is really going to challenge those shoulders. Keeping it nice and slow. Working with what you've got, squeezing it up. If you need to drop the dumbbells and you've got a lighter weight, you can drop them. Squeezing it up, keeping that back nice and still. We don't want to be swinging our body. If you're swinging your body to get those weights up, drop the weights down. Keep breathing. One more, forward, and resting there. Excellent. I'm going to go back to my 6s for a bicep curl. So standing on one leg, little bend in that standing leg knee. We're going to come up to the chest for our bicep curl. Always great to use the one leg to test our balance, to train our balance, strengthen our balance. So with this, you're trying to stay very still on one leg whilst curling up. Keep breathing. Good. Squeezing it up. You got it. Keep it going. You're nearly there. Couple more. And resting there. Good. Okay, taking it down to my 3 kilograms. We're coming down onto that mat. Okay, knees into 90-degree position, arms up. We're going to go out, a dead bug, opposite sides. So we're going to alternate sides, keeping that back on the floor, leg extension. Keeping that control of the arms and the leg. This is a great core exercise. So keeping it nice and slow. Brilliant stuff. Keep it coming. Keep those arms nice and controlled. Try not to let them drop back. And resting there. Those dumbbells to the side, and then we're going to come into a little oblique crunch to finish. So we're coming back onto our back, and we are literally going to reach one side and then reaching the other side. Okay, so we're lifting your shoulders off the mat, reaching across. That's it. Little sit up to the side, just lifting those shoulders off the mat, working those obliques. Good stuff. Keep it coming. Keep squeezing across, feeling those abs working. Nearly through. Brilliant. Last couple. And resting there. Fantastic. Okay, coming back up when you're ready. We're going to come into our sumo squat. 2 press. Okay. So adjust my mic. Okay, right, so feet a little wider than hip width apart. Let's go into our second set. Coming down into that squat. Squeezing up overhead. Sitting down into the glutes. Brilliant stuff. Keep breathing. Squeezing it up. You got it. Last one. Fantastic. Keeping that weight, we're going to do a lateral lunge. Now start on the other side. So we've got a bit of work to make up to do. A bit of work to make up on this side. So we're going to start on this side, holding that dumbbell up high next to your chest, coming across. Good work. And I will remember now to change halfway through. Squeezing it across, sitting into those glutes. Pushing up through the heel. Bending that knee. This one, I'm going to change sides. Excellent. Coming across. Sitting into the glutes. Squeezing up through the heel. Great work. One more. Good. Resting there. Taking the other dumbbell, if you're staying with the same weight, these are 8. Coming down onto that mat. Feet and back remain on the mat. We're going to push up over the chest. When you're ready, let's go to our chest press. Squeezing it up. Keeping that control in the arms. Great work. Squeezing up. They might begin to feel heavier now. We've got a few more to do. Push, push, push. Remember to keep breathing. Exhale as you push. You go for one more. And resting there. Great. And then we're going to drop down onto my 6s for the renegade row, or the row from all 4s, whichever one works for you. So if you are on all 4s, it looks like this. Rowing up, keeping that core engaged, back nice and still. And if you can take it from a plank, keeping those hips still, rowing up behind you. Great. Squeezing them up. Getting that core doing the work. Keep it coming. You're nearly through. Last couple. And resting there. Excellent. And then we're going to go for shoulders. A little lighter with my 3s. We're going to do the front raise to around the world. Bending the knees, coming up. Keeping that body nice and still. Out to the sides. Squeezing them up. Out to the sides. Working those shoulders. Brilliant stuff. Over, touching at the top. That's it. Last one. Okay, resting there. I'm going to take my 6 kilograms for my bicep curl, but you take the weight to suit you. I'm going to stand on my other leg, my right leg, bend that knee, tucking the tailbone under. We're going to go into a bicep curl once we've got our balance, and you're coming up, palms facing up, keeping that foot away from your leg. Don't be tempted to stand like a flamingo. Squeezing up. Good work. Excellent. Keep squeezing up. Oh, I'm going to wobble with my balance, looking at my clock. Stay focused. That's it. Really pulling out, last one. Good. Then coming down onto the mat for our dead bug with my 3 kilograms. Okay. So when you are ready, we're going to come out opposite sides, keeping that back firmly on the mat. Brilliant. Keep breathing. Great stuff. You got it. Oh, I love this one. Yeah, it's like control. Right, with a couple more repetitions. Now we've got our last exercise. Resting there. Our last exercise of this second set, and then we're going to do one more set, and then we are done, okay? So your little oblique reach, it can be from here, lying down. You can literally come up to this point if you don't feel you can cut any higher. That is fine. And we're just reaching across. And pointing your fingers out to one side. A little reach. Great stuff. Setting those abs on fire. Squeezing across. Keep it coming. Last few. One more. And rest those arms back. Well done. Right, grabbing a quick drink. We're going to come into our third set. Sumo squats to start. With my 8 kilograms, we're going to come down, feet a little wider than hip width apart. Let's go, down into the squat, knees and under the toes, pushing up overhead, hips out behind us. Squeezing it up. Brilliant. Keep them coming. You got it. Sitting into the bottom, squeezing up through the glutes. Last one. Pushing up. Okay. Stepping out to one side. Taking that dumbbell up to the chest. And we're going to step out into our lateral lunge. Let's go. Sitting into the glutes. Keep your opposite knee straight. Brilliant stuff. One more. Okay, we're going to change sides, come to the other side of the mat, straight into the other side. Great. Squeezing across. Last couple. Resting there. Taking your other dumbbell down onto the mat for our last chest press. So arms are coming out to the sides. We're just going to let the clock catch up with us. And we're going to push up over the chest. And then nice and controlled back down. Good. Squeezing it up. And breathing. We've got a couple more. Last one. Push, push, push. Well done. Good work. Okay, slowly coming up. I'm going to drop down for my row with the sixes. Coming down onto that mat. So you've got your row from all fours. Keeping the back nice and straight. Elbows high. Hips still. Or bring it up into your plank and keep rowing. Again, keeping the hips nice and still. Just engaging that core a little more. Brilliant. Keep it coming. Squeezing up with the elbow. Last couple. Good, and resting there. Okay, shoulders up next. Definitely light for this. 3 kilograms. If we can do 3s, come on, we've got this together. Okay, so front raise to round the wells. Let's go. Out to the sides. Squeezing it up. We're nearly through, guys. Doing a great job. Feeling warm now. Squeezing it up. Keeping that control. Arms working together. Good. And resting there. Okay, bicep curl with the sixes. Standing on your other leg, if you can remember which leg you're on. I'm going to go back onto my left leg, bending that knee, tucking the tailbone under. So you're like this, not like this. So bring that tailbone under, find your focus point, your balance, and then we're curling up to the chest. Great stuff. Keeping the other leg away. Squeezing up. Bicep curl, keep it nice and slow. Good. We've got 2 core exercises left. Then we are through. Total body, it will be done. So hang in there, we're nearly done. Last one. And resting there. I'm going to take the 3s, ready for my dead bug. So coming back down, knees at a 90-degree angle, arms up, engaging your core, back to the floor, opposites out, let's go. Brilliant, keep them coming. Squeezing out. Good work, nearly there. Last couple. And resting there. Dumbbells to the side. We've got our little oblique reaches. Then we are going to stretch. Nearly done, okay? You can do this. The hardest one last, okay? Let's go. A little reach out. Squeezing across. Lifting those shoulders if you can. Brilliant. Squeezing across. Keep breathing. Excellent stuff. Keep it up. Nearly through. Last one. And resting there. Woo! Lovely. Let those arms relax back. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in. Slowly exhaling. And we're going to come up onto the mat. Not all the way up. We're going to come into a static lunge. So just stretch out those hip flexors. Here. Bring your hands onto your knee, lifting your shoulders up and pushing forward. Feeling that stretch here. Well done, good work. I hope you all enjoyed that. And now we're going to come across to the other side. So stretching out the opposite one. Lifting those shoulders nice and tall, your chin. Reaching forward. With this hip. Okay, and then we're going to slowly come up to standing. Let's go for one leg in front of the other, reaching out away from that hip, just opening out the core, holding that there for a second. Coming up to the centre, swapping over to the other side, nice stretch through the core. And the lats. Okay. Standing nice and tall, reaching up. And then we're going to take the hands behind the back, interlink the fingers. Just open out the chest, tucking your tailbone under. Excellent stuff. I hope you enjoyed that today. It was a great session done. Okay, and then we give the shoulders a roll backwards. Thank you for joining me. Please share with your friends and look forward to seeing you at another one soon. Bye.